Palestinians in Gaza are in the middle of a humanitarian catastrophe of epic proportions. That's according to the International Labour Organization. The UN agency says the effect of Israel's war on the lives and livelihoods across the occupied Palestinian territories is unlike anything seen before. The ILO says 192,000 Palestinians in Gaza have lost their jobs since October. That is about 66% of total employment in the Strip. The ripple effects of Israel's onslaught on Gaza are being felt across the occupied West Bank. About a third of the labour force is now unemployed, the highest rate in decades. The ILO saying at least 276,000 jobs, or 32% of employment opportunities, are simply gone. In total, nearly 500,000 Palestinians have lost their jobs across the occupied territories. And that means the loss of more than $20 million in daily wages. Well, Peter Rademaker is Deputy Regional Director for Arab States at the International Labour Organization. Thanks very much for being with us. He joins us from Geneva. So this is a pretty sobering set of statistics there. But I want to ask you specifically about the effect this has in the occupied West Bank, which is in another part of the occupied territories far from Gaza. Talk to us a little bit about the knock-on effect of the war in Gaza and how that is leading to the loss of jobs for Palestinians in the West Bank.
Certainly. Thank you for having me. Look, it's clear that in Gaza, as you mentioned, right, 2/3 of jobs have been wiped out. But there's an immediate knock-on effect also on the West Bank. We've seen in the West Bank also massive loss of jobs. Estimates are that 1/3 of jobs have been lost there. And that's for a number of reasons. It's restrictions of movement. It's a massive drop in consumption. People don't have money to spend because there's no wages being paid. Private sector, but also those working in the public sector have lost or not gotten their whole wages. Further, there's, of course, a knock-on effect because there's also been lots of workers expelled from Israel. So in the West Bank itself, there's a massive impact on jobs lost. It also means that overall in Palestine, on a daily basis, $20.5 million of income, of wages, are not being paid.
And of course, things were pretty bad for Palestinians before this conflict began, weren't they?
I think the labor market in Palestine, West Bank, and also Gaza was already very depressed before the crisis. In Gaza, unemployment was sky high because of the years of the blockade. So indeed, we started from a very, very difficult situation already. Now that's really been compounded. And of course, the net effect will be many people will be in poverty for possibly many months of years to come because of this crisis.
And what do you fear might happen the longer this goes on?
Basically, many people in Gaza and also West Bank will have no income, no wages. Nobody's going to pay them any money. They're going to have to rely increasingly on international assistance. Unfortunately, the authorities have no public financing to provide social assistance, so it's going to have to come from the outside. That's also the difficult situation because, as we know, globally, many crises are raging, and the chances of Palestine receiving international aid it needs are not necessarily very high. The only hope would be that eventually there's going to be a settlement, a peace settlement, there will be humanitarian aid, and then from on there might be a reconstruction effort. And reconstruction could be helping people to get back into jobs and income, hopefully as soon as possible. People need it desperately right now.
Indeed. Good to talk to you. Peter Rademaker from the International Labour Organization in Geneva. Thanks very much.
Thank you very much.